What is up, fellow nerds, and welcome back to the Dapper Snapper Gaming channel, and welcome back to UNPL Spring Fling Week 3. This week we take on Grumm, the coach of the Philadelphia T-Tars and the coach of my rival Pokemon, the friggin' ORTHWORM, and we get to face that today as well as Grumm. Really good guy. I'm looking forward to this match. Before we jump into it though, make sure to leave a like on the video, subscribe if you haven't already, and of course we're gonna do a quick team builder before we jump into things, but if you would like to skip ahead, there will be timestamps down below. So like I said, Grumm and I have a bit of a history. We've played before, and Grumm is a great guy, right? I absolutely love Grumm. I'm glad he is here in Spring Fling, and he's built a crazy team. And you know what? He got the stupid worm again. I told everybody to not let him do this, and I don't know. Worm didn't fit on my team. Otherwise, I would have done it. But yeah, they let him do it, and now he's going crazy with it. So we've got to put a stop to things, right? So looking at his team, we've got Goodra, Hisui, Enamor's Therian, Volcanion, really nasty top 3, and he is on a tear with Volcanion right now. That Mon is absolutely doing work for him. Sinistcha and then Porygon 2 for a defensive core along with ORTHWORM, of course. We also have Electivire as a Terra Captain, which is a really cool pick, very unique pick. We also have Rabombi for possible webs, Colossal for removal. It's not Terra though, so I don't really think that's as valuable here. We do have Terra Crabominable though, as his team is more of a Trick Room based kind of thing, and in Trick Room, Crabominable can be really nasty. And finally, Honchkrow to round out that roster. This roster is not bad. It is very fighting weak though. Very fighting weak, and very Okie Dokie weak if I'm looking at things honestly. This team does not like Okie Dokie at all, so we're definitely going to be bringing that. But beyond that, what can we do to possibly beat this? Let's take a look. I'm going to start off by saying that I had very little time to prep this week, and so I don't think I necessarily brought the best team possible, but I do think that it's at least a decent team and has a pretty good shot of actually taking this. We're going to start off, like I said, with Okie Dokie, and we are going with a weakness policy bulk up set with Spadef. If we can get this in and start stacking up some boosts, this can be pretty gnarly. We also are rocking Guard Dog this week in order to block possible Dragon Tails from the Hoodra, and with that we have Drain Punch, Knock Off, and Poison Fang. Hits pretty much everything on the team, and Drain Punch of course is going to help us to stay healthy, especially if we get up to +2. This thing could just sit and do insane amounts of work. Next up, we've got an offensive Sand Slash. After a Swords Dance or two, this thing can actually start becoming a bit of a threat if you have Sand up, which we will get to here in just a minute. This thing gets Sand Rush, which a lot of people forget just because it is naturally very slow, and so if we can get a Swords Dance or two off, EQ, Brick Break, and Stone Edge is hitting pretty much the entire team. Pair this up with some heavy duty boots in order to make sure that we're not taking any kind of webs if Rabombi happens to be coming, and this thing can be quite a threat. Next up, our Terra Captain, Sawsbuck, coming off the bench one more time here, and we finally are running the Silk Scarf Serene Grace Classic set here with Terra Normal. We're also running Trailblaze to boost speed, Headbutt for those flinches, and Thunder Wave in order to paralyze to give our flinches even more of a chance of stopping our opponent from moving. High Horsepower is finally there for some coverage. We can't really touch ORTHWORM or Sinistcha on this set, but honestly, it's fine. I think this set is pretty cool, and beyond that, if my opponent is just paralyzed and flinching, then it really doesn't matter if we can touch him or not, so that's really good. Next up, Iron Jugulus with Booster. We're running Physical this week, which is a bit weird, right? It does get Workup in order to boost its attack, which is really good. It also boosts special attack, but boosting the attack is really good here, and burning Booster will also give us access to Acrobatics at a boosted power as well. We also have Knock Off and Outrage for a possible big hit. Outrage is going to hit pretty hard. If we can get rid of that Enamorous, then we're going to be in a pretty good spot if we can get off a boost or two and just start firing these off. Next up, Skeledirge, a somewhat offensive Skeledirge this week. At +1 speed, we're going to outspeed pretty much everything on his team, so that's what the Flame Charge is for. And then Torch Song in order to boost up our special attack. We've also got Hex to go along with the Thunder Waves coming off of Sawsbuck and our final member, as well as Earth Power to hit things like the Volcanion. And finally, Clef Key with Smooth Rock in order to set our Sand to set up our Sand Slash going crazy. We also have Spikes to break any sashes, Thunder Wave in order to slow things down, and in order to make our hexes even stronger on Dirge, and finally Draining Kiss just for a little bit of damage dealing. So that's our team for this week against Grumm. I hope you all are looking forward to this battle. I know that I am, so let's find him and get joined up. All right, here we go. Okay, we do see the Crabominable, which is pretty scary. We see Sinistra. Okay, we have Volcanion. We do see the Worm come out, so I figured that we would end up seeing that here. Yeah, I figured that he couldn't go this match without showing that off. And then of course the Enamorous and the Hisuian Gudra. So yeah, I mean, Okie Dokie of course looks really good here. I don't know why that can't do some work in the late game. So yeah, and I think our set should be able to do all we need to. It is Terra Poison on Crabominable, so that might be a little difficult to deal with. But besides that, I think we might be okay. I'm trying to think what else. Sand Slash looks really good, actually, if we can deal with the ORTHWORM. Sand Slash looks really good, actually. So I think that's really nice. What do we want to lead here? I'm gonna lead this. It indicates that I might be a Spikes lead or something, even though I am not. But yeah, Sand Slash is actually looking pretty threatening in this game, I have to say. He doesn't have a lot that wants to deal with this, so I think leading that is honestly fine. So yeah, we've got Brick Break, which hits most things. We've got Stone Edge Earthquake. That should cover, I think, the whole team, except for Sinistra. So we do get the Volcanion lead, so he does call my Clef Key lead, which is fair enough. So that could be a little problematic. Into my Clef Key. Flamethrower always KOs here, just with Modest, so I don't believe I want to let this go. Tough thing is, like, I don't have great switch-ins to this, right? Because he either clicks the fire move or the he clicks the water move, and either way I'm kind of in a weird spot. So what might be the play, honestly, is to just Sandstorm and then let this go. I don't want to do that, but that gets Sand Slash in, and do some early breaking with that. I think that's what I'm gonna have to do, because I'm in a weird spot here. But yeah, we'll go ahead and get Sandstorm going. Flamethrower is probably just gonna take me out in one go. Yep, Modest always KOs there, and I think Timid had a chance, so that's a little rough. That's really rough, actually. Yeah, I just don't have great switch-ins to this, just period. But I'll go into this now, and this is threatening him pretty hard now. Sand Slash, yeah, this threatens him, which is really good. I'm gonna Swords Dance. Surely you don't stay in on this. Come on. Ground type. He knows I'm Sand Rush. Come on. There's no way. If he does, then more power to him. But I mean, I'm threatening being really offensive and knocking this out. So I mean, I don't think there's any world where he just lets me. I don't think there's any world where he stays in and lets me at least get a ton of damage off on this thing. I don't think that's a thing. Right? Right. I hope not. That could be our famous last words. We'll have to see. But yeah, he does switch. Okay, that's fine. That's fine. Goes into Pogworm. Yep. Expecting me to Earthquake to get the Earth Eater. So I'm at +2 now. So this guaranteed, pretty much guaranteed 2 shots. What are you doing back to me though? Why don't I Swords Dance again? I'm gonna Swords Dance again. Yeah, that's what I'm gonna do. That's what I'm gonna do. I don't see why I don't, because I think this is pretty free, and this should guarantee the KO. If I'm at +4, no, it does not guarantee the KO at all, because ORTHWORM is super, super bulky. But I don't know what this does to me. It literally can't 3-shot me. Yeah, he's gonna switch again. Into, I don't know what any of these are. Into an Amorous. Okay, I'm gonna Swords Dance again. I might as well, right? We have to hit a Stone Edge now. Well, do we? Probably. We probably do, because this thing's super bulky. Enamorous, Therian. Stone Edge should just KO this. Barely. Barely. It's pretty close, because this thing is actually super, super bulky if he's physically defensive. And it's down. Cool. Enamorous gone. Crit. Depending on his set, I don't believe that matter. No. No, if he was max defense bold, it does 115 minimum, so that did not matter. So that is 1 for Sand Slash. We'll take it. We'll take it. Now comes Sinistra. And unfortunately, I don't have a lot for this. Stone Edge does 64%, but Machagacha always KOs me. So the question is, do I just go into this? Because I can take that. I can't really respond afterwards. It's the only thing. But do I save Sand Slash is the thing. Is it worth saving this? Or is it worth letting this go down and then I think I get damage. Well, no, he's gonna heal it all off with Machagacha. Yeah, he heals back 50%. So I think I have to go into this. If I get burned, I get burned. I don't really have anything I can do about that. But I don't want to go Okie Dokie because I don't want that getting burned. I don't want any of that things. Trick Room for the crab. All right. Well, that's unfortunate, I suppose. But he might think that I'm Sap Zipper though. As a check to this, right? He might think I'm Sap Zipper because that would, being a normal type with Sap Zipper, would completely wall the Sinistra. So that's kind of my thought process here, is that he may assume that this walls. I'm gonna T-Wave here, expecting ORTHWORM to come in, just to possibly spread some status. I would imagine, no, that is going to be the Hoodra. So that should be okay, I think. We're gonna T-Wave off. Obviously, this thing was already gonna be slower than me. This thing could have a fire move. That's possible, or just body press. Yeah, I'll have to try to figure out what kind of set this is. But it does get all kinds of moves. Draco would just KO me here. So that could be a problem. So I've just got to try to figure out a way to stall out the Trick Room here. Because I mean, what's your speed here? Volcanian's the only mon that's like fast. So if I can keep Trick Room off the field, then Okie Dokie is looking stupid good in the end game. Oh man, I don't really have a great switch into this. I don't want Skeledirge getting low. I think we're just gonna Terra high horsepower here. I don't want the fire move being super effective into me. I feel like I'm playing bad. I feel like I'm playing really poorly. We'll see how this works out. I'm just trying to set up for an okie dokie end game, and I've got to I gotta make it that far. So we'll see what happens with that. Knock off. Okay, that's fine. We'll get a high horsepower off, which is good damage. That's really good damage. Gooey. Okay, I mean, that actually helps me in Sandstorm, technically, but I'm definitely not underspeeding this still. I'm gonna click it again. Right? I mean, what's your switch in? Back into... I mean, you could easily go back into the... nope. Ironhead, we live. Okay. You flinch the Serene Grace, Mon. Alright, that's rude. That's rude. How many turns of Trick Room left? Should just be one? Yeah. I could go... what do I want to do? How much value does this have? I mean, it's still faster than like pretty much all his team. It gets walled by Sinistra, but besides that, it's fine. I mean, Ironhead is a free switch into this if I wanted to go into that, and then I threaten with the Flame Charge, Torch Song, all that good stuff. So that's also a thing. Man, something like Protect here would have been really good. But let's go hard Dirge. Let's go hard Dirge. This might be bad. Oh, he switches. Okay. As it expires, back into Orth. Okay. Orth does get ground coverage, which could be a problem. Expected me to click that ground move again. But I think this is a pretty free Torch Song. This is a pretty free Torch Song if I've ever seen one. Because then it gets me the boost. We could have gone for Flame Charge, I guess, but I mean, without the Volcanion being statused, Hex isn't doing all that much. Not that Torch Song is doing all that much if he goes into Volcanion, but he could think that maybe I'd predict it and go Earth Power, but I mean, that's kind of a risky play. So we'll see if he predicts my prediction and over predicts. We'll see. But yeah, I mean, I do have Earth Power specifically for that Volcanion this week, and so we will see if that ends up working out. I don't know. We'll see. He does switch. Going for Earth Power probably was the play, honestly. Yeah, that's Volcanion. And I'm not as bulky this week, so yeah, Steam Eruption absolutely KOs, and I am absolutely slower 100% of the time. So I could sack this. I really need to learn more about this thing's set is the problem. And I don't have a great way of doing that at the moment. Because I can't lose this. I can't lose this at all. This is in a good spot. I think the play is to sack Sawsbuck at this point. Yeah, I think I've got to sack Sawsbuck. I definitely need Dirge healthy, because Dirge still has a lot of value in the late game. But yeah, taking a Steam Eruption is not something that Dirge wants to do. Not even a little bit. Volcanion is just ridiculous. That's what we've learned. And we get flinched by the mons that are against us with Serene Grace. That's what we've learned. So I think we have to go into this. Go ahead and pop our booster, even though it's early. I don't like popping our booster this early. But I'm hoping that Dogi can help me in the late game. We still don't know if this is like Scarf, Specs, whatever, but we're guaranteed faster now. And he knows this. Yeah, he knows this. What is your switching into this? I guess Gudra?
I guess Gudra's the switch. I'm gonna work up, expecting a Gudra switch in. And then Outrage is actually free because he allowed his Enamorous to go down early. Not that he would have... Nope, he stays in. Oh boy. This could be bad. This could be bad. Flamethrower. We might take... Yeah, we take that. Okay. The one time I bring physical Jugulus. Okay, so I get flinched with Hudra. I get burned on this. Okay. Well, just screw me, I guess, because that's gonna pretty much spell disaster for this, because Outrage was gonna be the play, but now I guess it's knockoff. Grumm, come on, man. Like, this isn't how this should be going. Yeah, the one time I bring physical Jugulus is when I get burned. That's about how it goes. We'll see how this goes at the end. It's getting a little tricky. This thing is just ridiculous. If I can get rid of this, it'd be great, but at the same time, when you're getting burned on your physical stuff, there's not a whole lot you can do. Yeah, so I don't know what he wants to go into at this point. He does switch. Okay. Goes into this. Okay. That's fine. Get rid of its item. Goodbye. Yeah, and then Gooey's gonna activate. Yeah, sure. Gets rid of the covert cloak. Okay. Yeah, again, the one week that I run this, I'll outrage. Why not? Can it get a KO? Nope, can't even KO because we're burned. And now we're -2 speed because it's, yeah. We get the paralysis at least, so that's cool, I guess. Yeah, that's just unfortunate. That's just really unfortunate. Please don't DC. Come on. Please don't. Don't do this to me. Oh, I'm locked into Outrage. That's what it is. I was like, what is happening? But yeah, I'm locked into Outrage. He can just go ORTHWORM if he wants to save it. He doesn't, but I mean, okay. Hudra's gone. Jugulus does take a KO, but we're now at -3 speed, and we're burned. So this thing's pretty much useless at this point. Do we... No, we're still locked in, so ORTHWORM is super free. Or Volcanion. Either way is fine. Yeah, I mean, he's trying to take Volcanion to kill leader, and he's absolutely going to get it. We're still faster. That does 0. There's the confusion, but I have a feeling he will take us out before we get a chance to do anything about that. Flamethrower, and we are gone. Yeah, this is not going well at all. Yeah, I didn't have time to really prep or mock or anything for this match, and it's showing. It's showing really bad. My biggest problem is that Dogi just is not free at this point. Dogi is not free to do what it needs to do. He went for Flamethrower. I've got to see if he specs, I guess. I need to see if he specs. I'm gonna Flame Charge to see if he changes moves. If he switches out, then he's definitely specs. He's doing a lot of damage, and he's definitely not scarfed. So I'm thinking that he's probably specs. And if that's the case, then we're just faster already. I could have just KO'd him with Earth Power. He's like stupid slow. Okay. Okay. Alright. Okay, I mean, I guess. I don't think we outspeed this naturally, but we're gonna try. we're gonna try. I'm just gonna Earthquake, I guess. Do we outrun this? I guess I mean, he can just go into ORTHWORM for free, I guess, but man, I just didn't think he was gonna be that slow. Like it's just, this is insane. Again, I'm very under prepped for this matchup, and it's showing pretty badly, unfortunately, on that. I guess I just sword stance in your face because I don't think there's a whole lot you can do. Oh boy. Okay, cool. He wants to win with ORTHWORM. And there's probably not a whole lot I can do about that, unfortunately. I think we might end up just losing to this ORTHWORM, because this will beat Dogi too. Yeah, this will beat Dogi too. So this is gonna be a really bad showing. Oh man, we were doing so good. We were doing so good. But it's just what shows you when you don't have time to really prep. It ends up catching up with you, and that's just what happened. Grumm's a really great player, and he brings good stuff, and I just wasn't ready for it. That's all it was. So that's unfortunate. I played pretty poorly, I think, as well. Is that how much I do still? I mean, do I sword stance again? Because that did a decent amount. I mean, I just lose once he gets so far, you know? And the fact that he's faster than me is crazy, considering I believe I do have some speed on this. I believe I have some speed. So yeah, we're both +4 now. I mean, the next one KOs, but unless he's Barry. Oh boy. Never mind. it no longer KOs. We're gonna go for Brick Break again, but Body Press should just KO us here. I believe Body Press would just straight KO, even though we're max HP. I doubt we live that. And even then, I doubt we go Brick Break into Dogi winning. I kind of doubt it. EQ, yeah, we live that. Okay, I mean, if I had Rapid Spin, or if I still had the Sand up, then, you know, we'd had a chance, but yeah, I don't know. This is just a horrible showing from us. Yeah, it is what it is. Sand Slash did a thing. It got a KO, I guess, but I just had no answers for Volcanion. I just had nothing for it, and it's unfortunate. But we're just gonna Drain Punch here, just raw, see what happens. I don't think we'll be able to KO this thing, especially at +4 defense. I highly doubt we can do that much, even though Okidogi is strong. Okay, he's faster than us because, sure. Okay, cool. Yeah, so that was just the worst game of all time for us. That was a terrible showing. Yeah, so it is what it is. 4-0 loss. We lose to Grumm once again. The Crabominable didn't even get to come out. Sinistra came out once, set Trick Room, and that was it. But we got absolutely rocked by Volcanion, and we just weren't ready for it. So unfortunate, but hopefully we will come back next week with some better prep against a team that hopefully will be a little easier. I don't know who we play next week. I haven't looked, but hopefully we will do just a little bit better and have some more positive results. So until then, thank you so much for watching. We will see you later. Stay safe, stay healthy. Bye-bye.